It's fantasy football draft season. Each year, I create my own draft tiers by position that I use when I draft. Working off that, I'm going to highlight some players I like or in some cases don't like. Last video I did was on wide receivers. This video, running backs. Looking at tier 6 on my draft tiers, some interesting backs in this tier, and these are the tiers or point in the draft where fantasy leagues are won and lost, in my opinion. The first few rounds are really no-brainer type decisions. Everyone knows the top 10 best players at each position, or at least the ones that are projected to be. But can you get position type 1 production out of position 2 or 3 type players is usually the difference. And there's a couple guys here that have an ADP or average draft position well outside the top 30 in their positions that I think have top 25 upside. I'll start with Travis Etienne Jr. As of now, on average, he's being drafted in the mid 30s for running backs, which I get. He's coming off a terrible season. Can't point to anything good for him last year. But if you're weighing last year's production for every player, you're doing it wrong. For some guys on certain teams, like ATN being one of them, last year's numbers don't matter. Also, the bigger issue here is not clear who is going to be the featured back in Jacksonville, Tank Bigsby or ATN. So with that aside for now, let's just assume it's an equal usage split. This Liam Cohen offense automatically boosts the running back position. Just look at Bucky Irving last year under Cohen. I'm high on the Jacksonville offense in general, more so in the passing game, but good offenses score points. I don't need my running back 2 or flex back to be like the bell cow back getting 25, 30 rushes per game. If that was even in the realm of possibilities, we wouldn't be talking about him here in tier 6 or running back 30. And there's subtle clues that if you're in tuned and following closely, that ATN will be RB1 in Jacksonville. It just hasn't been announced yet. Now, the next guy, one I might be falling for some hype here. Giants Cam Sketabu. He's currently the clear backup to Tyrone Tracy, but Tracy hasn't really done anything to just be given that spot. And I don't think injury is the only way Tracy could give up his snap share. He fumbled, I think, like 5 or 6 times last year, had some relatively big drops in the passing game, and I just can't help but imagining like this scenario around week 2 or 3. Cam Sketabu highlight running over a linebacker, and the fans start chanting, "We want Sketabu." I mean, like Giants fans or the Giants team is just like such like a media driven team, and it's not going to take much for him to be even more of a fan favorite than he is now. He has obvious limitations. He's not fast, but he's a tough 3 down back that can hammer it between the tackles and get goal line touches. Assuming the Giants actually get goal line possessions. I mean, I'd much prefer Sketabu over some of these older, like more established backs in his range, like J.K. Dobbins. I'd be shocked if he plays more than 10 games. I have my full draft tiers posted inside the Discord community I run. It's free to join. I do have a members only section within the free Discord. This is where I'll be posting not only my bets I'm making, but also bets I call source plays. I've worked in sports betting well over 20 years. I've been fortunate enough to develop relationships with some really smart people who work in real professional betting groups. These aren't cappers online who promote themselves. These guys are the real thing. And through different arrangements, I have access to their bets. I copy them and post them. The members only section is also where you can get access to what I call the Power Packet. It's a downloadable doc that's updated daily, has everything I use for my game selection process, power ratings to price each matchup, advanced metrics, historical trends, systems, and a bunch more stuff. DM or comment for more details. But the free Discord invite link is in my bio, but the members only section is visible to only members who have been assigned a role within the Discord, which you can get for different price points depending on when you sign up and for how long, but it works out to be roughly $40 or $50 a month, but it's priced for the full season. Next up, we're going to look at some quarterbacks, but until then, good luck with your bets.